Ecclesiastes chapter 9, the certainty of death and the uncertainty of life. Ecclesiastes chapter 9 continues the book's reflection on the realities of life under the sun, focusing especially on death, uncertainty, and the proper way to live in a world where outcomes are often unpredictable. The chapter combines sober reflection with practical instruction, encouraging both realism about human limitations and gratitude for life as it is given. The chapter begins with an affirmation that all human lives are ultimately in God's hands. The righteous, the wise, and all their works are under His sovereign oversight. Yet alongside this truth comes a difficult observation: the same final outcome comes to everyone. Death is not selective, it affects the righteous and the wicked alike, and no one is exempt. From a purely earthly perspective, this reality levels all distinctions between people, regardless of their moral character or achievements. This leads to a broader reflection on the nature of death itself. The writer describes death as the end of earthly activity and awareness, emphasizing the finality of physical life from a human standpoint. However, this description reflects what can be observed under the sun, rather than a complete theological explanation of existence beyond death. The wider biblical narrative affirms continued life beyond the grave, but here the focus is on the visible and immediate reality that death brings an end to earthly experience. This stark perspective underscores the urgency and brevity of life. In light of this, the chapter turns toward practical counsel about how to live. Since life is short and its end is certain, the writer encourages people to embrace the good things of life with gratitude. Ordinary activities such as eating, drinking, and working are to be received as meaningful parts of existence. There is also an emphasis on wholehearted effort in whatever tasks are undertaken. Work is not to be done half-heartedly or with indifference, but with full commitment. The underlying message is that life, though temporary, is still valuable and should be lived with purpose and thankfulness. The next section addresses the unpredictability of life. Human ability, strength, and skill do not always guarantee success. Events do not always unfold according to expectation, and outcomes are not consistently determined by merit or effort. Instead, life is marked by uncertainty. Even those who are prepared or capable cannot fully control what happens to them. This introduces the idea that human existence is fragile and subject to forces beyond individual control. From a human perspective, life can appear to be shaped by timing and circumstance in ways that are difficult to understand or predict. This unpredictability extends to the awareness that people do not know when their own lives will come to an end. Life can change suddenly, and death can come unexpectedly. This reinforces the earlier point about the brevity and uncertainty of human existence, encouraging a posture of humility rather than overconfidence. The chapter concludes with a reflection on wisdom and its mixed reception in the world. A story is told of a poor but wise individual who, despite saving a city through wisdom, is later forgotten and unrecognized. This illustrates a recurring theme: wisdom can accomplish great things, yet it is not always appreciated or remembered. In contrast, foolishness or wrongdoing can undermine much good. Human recognition is shown to be unstable, and influence is often temporary. The value of wisdom is affirmed, but its reward in human terms is not guaranteed. Taken as a whole, Ecclesiastes chapter 9 presents a realistic view of human life shaped by mortality, uncertainty, and limited control. It emphasizes that death comes to all, that life is unpredictable, and that human recognition is fleeting. At the same time, it encourages people to live fully, work diligently, and receive daily life with gratitude. The chapter does not offer simplistic answers, but instead calls for a balanced approach, honest awareness of life's limitations combined with a steady appreciation of its present gifts. Ultimately, the message encourages a way of living that acknowledges both the certainty of death and the uncertainty of life, while still choosing to act with purpose, gratitude, and humility in the present moment.
Chapter 9. For I considered all this in my heart, so that I could declare it all, that the righteous and the wise and their works are in the hand of God. People know neither love nor hatred by anything they see before them. All things come alike to all. One event happens to the righteous and the wicked, to the good, the clean, and the unclean, to him who sacrifices and him who does not sacrifice. As is the good, so is the sinner, he who takes an oath, as he who fears an oath. This is an evil in all that is done under the sun, that one thing happens to all. Truly the hearts of the sons of men are full of evil. Madness is in their hearts while they live, and after that they go to the dead. But for him who is joined to all the living there is hope. For a living dog is better than a dead lion. For the living know that they will die, but the dead know nothing, and they have no more reward, for the memory of them is forgotten. Also their love, their hatred, and their envy have now perished. Nevermore will they have a share in anything done under the sun. Go, eat your bread with joy, and drink your wine with a merry heart, for God has already accepted your works. Let your garments always be white, and let your head lack no oil. Live joyfully with a wife whom you love all the days of your vain life, which he has given you under the sun, all your days of vanity. For that is your portion in life, and in the labor which you perform under the sun. Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with your might. For there is no work or device or knowledge or wisdom in the grave where you are going. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, nor bread to the wise, nor riches to men of understanding, nor favor to men of skill. But time and chance happen to them all. For man also does not know his time. Like fish taken in a cruel net, like birds caught in a snare, so the sons of men are snared in an evil time, when it falls suddenly upon them. This wisdom I have also seen under the sun, and it seemed great to me. There was a little city with few men in it, and a great king came against it, besieged it, and built great snares around it. Now there was found in it a poor wise man, and he by his wisdom delivered the city. Yet no one remembered that same poor man. Then I said, Wisdom is better than strength. Nevertheless the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard. Words of the wise spoken quietly should be heard rather than the shout of a ruler of fools. Wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroys much good.